So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Atmakaraka through houses series. Today, we're going to be covering Venus in the seventh house of your birth chart as the Atmakaraka. And Atmakaraka is a planet with the highest degree in your birth chart, whether it is 15 degrees or 29 degrees. But it's the planet with the highest degree closest to the 30th degree. Okay. And of course, if you don't know which one is your Atmakaraka, you can go to chaosastrology.com under shop section where option 6, where you'll see the report, or any consultation you get, you'll get the report. And in there you will see your Atmakaraka AK abbreviation, especially in the Gemini section, or you can see the degree of the planet on the second page. Okay. So Venus in the seventh house. See, Atmakaraka, as I told you before, is a planet that is showing that the soul has a specific task and karma to burn. Now, Sun is the natural soul significator, right? But then there is something known as Chara Atmakaraka, meaning movable soul significator, and Sun can become that as well. But in this case, it's Venus, which is in the seventh house. So what is it that a person is going to experience? It's very simple. The person is going to have to balance constantly the part of their marriage and relationships of all kinds. It's just not marriage. Every single relationship is there to test you. Every single relationship is going to require your absolute diplomacy. Your ability to negotiate. Constantly a person has to negotiate in everything in their life. So Venus in the seventh house may not be doing that. But if it's the Atmakaraka, it is going to make you negotiate in everything. And especially the biggest thing is in negotiation and in dealing with agreements is compromise. And that's what's going to take this person. Like your biggest, the fruit of what you're dealing with, the final thing before like the contract is signed is that you're going to have to sacrifice something. Something has to be compromised and sacrificed. Like, for example, on normal cases, real estate deal is being done. Everything is there at the last minute, the signature is required, and now the borrower is saying, replace the roof. Otherwise, we're not taking it. And it took you 3 years to get to this point. Nobody's buying the property. So you got that deal, but they're saying, we have an addendum in the contract that you need to replace the entire roof. So you get the deal, you get your money of the property, but at the same time, a compromise had to be made where you had to replace that roof, right? And it's not going to be a very straightforward concept for people in India, because in India, roofs are pretty much like a standalone thing. Like a roof is pretty much like an open room, right? It's not really a roof. Like in Western countries, European countries, you will see there is actual roof made of planks, okay, that have to be replaced because they get damaged with rain and storms and hail. Okay, but I'm just giving an example. So for example, in a person's life, even in the marriage, like marriage is about to happen, even if it's a love marriage, marriage is happening at the very last minute. Now the spouse says, listen, I want to spend my life with you, but I've worked hard for what I've gotten in my life. You have to sign a prenup. Okay. Or you get married, nothing, no contract, nothing. You got married. But now the compromise and the sacrifice is the spouse has a mother who may be disabled, maybe a quadriplegic. And now not only him, you have to take care and share that equal share of the responsibility of taking care of the mother for as long as she is alive. So the Atmakaraka is saying that you have some karmas to burn and you must burn it if you really want to move forward. And in certain charts, like for example, if Venus is in a fixed sign, then guess what? You can escape that karma. It is coming to you. Venus goes into a movable sign, you have either the free will to escape that karma and delay it for the next life and do some other things. Venus is in a dual sign. It's going to be 50-50. 50% you will have your free will, but the other part is going to be there. So maybe, let's say the mother-in-law doesn't move in with you. She's disabled, quadriplegic, but she has her own place that she lives in. So you do have to go there once every day or once every other day to take care of certain things. So this is how Venus kind of deals with as part of the Atmakarka, and especially the Atmakarka Venus will also show. It's such a planet will deal with quite a bit of heartbreaks. Even if Venus is in a great position, as the Atmakarka, the Atma has to deal with the breaking of the contract through romance, through love, through relationship. But usually with Venus as the Atmakarka, I do see people become great lawyers. People are able, see, this actually kind of becomes the alignment. Like you'll see, if you're a lawyer, you may not be dealing with so much of this karma that I'm talking about, because in your daily life, you're dealing with the karma of dealing with other people's disputes, negotiations, contracts, disputes, compromise, and sacrifice. So if, let's say you have accommodations to become a lawyer. Let's say Venus is in the 7th house. Jupiter, Saturn are in the 11th house. Okay. Rahu, Ketu could be in the 3rd house. This could be a combination of somebody who will go towards lawyer. And especially Ketu is not a true significator of law. I know it's part of the Nadi. But what I have actually seen, more with Saturn, Rahu creates a lawyer. Because see, Rahu wants to stand up for something. It wants to fight for its clan. Ketu is a clansman. He's going to fight for a clan, fight for some cause. Like Saturn, Rahu can make a great environmental lawyer. Somebody who's fighting for some sacred land, sacred ground. Ketu is there, mostly Ketu, although I've seen with chartered accountancy. Electrical engineers and researcher. Lawyers have been there as well, but it's Rahu. Rahu wants to kind of like take a stand towards something. And say, this belongs to me, I want this. So this is where Rahu really shows the passion of the lawyer. Now, how will be that married life? See, as long as the sacrifice is dealt with, as long as that sacrifice is made, life is going to be normal. See, don't think that life is not going to be normal. It'll be normal. But if, let's say, you look at your marriage lifespan, from the moment you got married to, let's say, 15 years, and you judged the moments. So two people, one without the Atmakarka Venus, one with the Atmakarka Venus, you will see in that 15 years, you must have made at least 50 good major compromises. Where somebody with the Venus in the 7th house, normal, but not the Atmakarka, maybe two or three, 4 or 5, maybe 10 compromises may have been made. So it's not like on day-to-day basis you're sealing something, but yes, those events do occur. Where especially in the span of the marriage, you're going to feel and see that, yeah, I have compromised or I have sacrificed this, and I could have done this, and this, but I couldn't. And don't ever dwell upon I couldn't. You'll have many chances in your future lives. The main part is that karma is paid. That karma is burned off. Because Atma is, sun is the natural source of that Atma. Sun is hot, sun is burning. Nuclear fusion. So you're here to burn things. Once it's burned, even with the Chara. But see, the Chara Atmakarka is not like hot and warm. What Chara really shows is that a person, for especially Venus Atmakarka, for them, marriage becomes extremely important. Like they are needing that companionship and marriage. And the thing is, because that need is there, that has been planted in your consciousness, you will be making that sacrifice because you want that thing of Venus. This is how these things work. It's not like, well, I don't want to get married, I'll never get married and this and that. No, with Venus in the 7th, as the Atmakarka, it already has planted that seed that yes, you want relationship, you want marriage, you want companionship. And you don't look at anything, you don't study anything, you just go into it. And now with those sacrifices come in and compromises come in, and you're just like, listen, I wanted to get married, so I'm okay with that. Okay, so this is Venus in the 7th house as your Atmakarka. And of course, there are many things you have to see with the Atmakarka. You have to see the Atmakarka position in the Navamsha. You have to see its sign in the Navamsha. You can use that also as the Karakamsha Lagna, putting it back in the birth chart, making that sign the ascendant. That will give you a much more deeper clarity, but we're not focusing on that. We're just focusing on the birth chart and the houses. Okay? So anyway, guys, if you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss this type of videos. If you want to know where Venus is placed, all of your astrological details, my consultation at caresastrology.com. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.